we contemplate on what kind of policy is needed to overcome the crisis and enhance economic dynamics, to help and make people's lives better. We collaborate with the citizens. We are the Ministry of Economy and Finance. The Ministry of Economy and Finance establishes an economic policy direction, which include the big picture of the Korean economy. In the first and second half of the year, we present the economic policy direction based on analysis of the current economic situation in South Korea and the policy tasks to be facilitated in detail. Also, we established the Korean version of the New Deal, which spans out to build the new 100 years of Korea in 2020, and mid to long-term strategies for future economic and social changes, including low fertility and population aging, employment measures, realization of a carbon-neutral society, and more. Also, we are playing a leading role as a coordinator in the process of establishing various policies. Due to COVID-19, cooperation and coordination among line ministries have been more desperate than ever in any other year in 2020. We have played a role of serving as a control tower, coordinating among ministries with devotion, while holding a total of 24 Emergency Economy Central Countermeasures Headquarters meetings. In order to manage the country's budget more systematically, a 5-year National Fiscal Management Plan is established and submitted to the National Assembly in early September, along with the budget for the following year. As a reference, a total expenditure of South Korea in 2021 is 558 trillion won. Annually from June to August, the budget process for the following year is intensively carried out. The lights in the budget office of the Ministry of Economy and Finance rarely goes out in the summer due to continuous meetings and discussions with each line ministries to review for efficient budgeting. To check whether the budget is properly used, a multifaceted evaluation on financial projects regarding financial execution checked meeting is carried out once or twice a month, and financial projects are implemented and meticulously inspected as well. The Ministry of Economy and Finance oversees the financial resources required for operating the country's livelihood, that is, tax policies on taxes as well. South Korea's annual national tax revenue is approximately 283 trillion won based on the 2021 budget. The Ministry of Economy and Finance is planning, drafting of 14 tax items such as income tax, corporate tax, value-added tax, which are closely related to people's lives and corporate management. Furthermore, it prepares to announce the tax law amendment bill that reflects the changing circumstances of the times yearly, and is actively supporting various economic policies to spread quickly in our society. Along with it, the government-owned property and state-owned property are also managed by the Ministry of Economy and Finance. As national land in South Korea accounts for approximately 25%, which amounts to approximately 1,156 trillion won, or 59% of South Korea's annual GDP. The most expensive state-owned property is the Gyeongbu Expressway, which can be converted into approximately 12.3 trillion won. Moreover, we have designated about 350 public corporations, quasi-governmental institutions, and manage them so the public sector can be efficiently operated. We are taking the lead in enhancing social value, including revitalizing our economy and creating jobs, by reforming structure of public institutions and refluxing through evaluation on management performance and more. Moreover, the Ministry of Economy and Finance is trying its best to elevate the Republic of Korea's status in international relations. In order to respond to changes in overseas conditions, such as the inauguration of the Biden administration, decoupling between the US and China, and global climate change, we are taking the lead in supporting sustainable development and proactively responding to global norms, and trying our best to boost Korea's position as a global leader. With the establishment of the Korean government in 1948, the Ministry of Economy and Finance and the Economic Planning Board was established. Since then, the ministry has been involved in organizational restructuring, foreign exchange crisis, and global economic trends. In 2008, it was recognized and became the current Ministry of Economy and Finance. And in 2013, the ministry was promoted to be headed by Deputy Prime Minister. During that journey, the ministry served as a reliable helmsman and a control tower of the Korean economy, which overcomes the waves of crisis whenever national crises strike, such as the 1997 IMF crisis, 2008 global financial crisis, and the 2020 COVID-19 crisis. The world is currently experiencing an unprecedented global pandemic. The Ministry of Economy and Finance will try its best to turn its economy back to normal course by establishing economic policy and efficiently managing fiscal resources. We will try our best to shape Korea as an economic powerhouse, leading the post-COVID-19 era.